Now we're talking, people. Look at that. With a battery bank, if you had a holy moly, mate. Got a number of lights today to help you in every situation, whether you're shooting on your mobile phone or a big DSLR. If you're lighting a small location or a big location, this is the video for you. I'm gonna go to my standing desk. We're gonna have a look at what's available and we'll see what's right for you. Hello and welcome to the show. You can see right about now I've got little lights which actually adjust if you're doing some intricate work. I've got a mobile phone holder here as well, so you can actually put your mobile phone and adjust that at the same time. I'm going to show you that in detail. I've got a big ring light, 10-inch, which is adjustable, and your mobile phone can go in the middle. You can see all of these in the details, so check the chapters out if you want individual ones. That is a flexible light, that is a 10-inch ring light, and this here is a 6-inch ring light with a clamp. So you might want something smaller, you might want something just easy to use, and that's where these little beauties come in. These are very interesting. You can actually get little filters on these. You can see the light changes colors by means of little adapters and filters in there, which just look like that. So I'm going to show you close-ups of these. There's even a nice quality one there, which actually you can attach to your mobile phone or your DSLR and get very respectable video. So let's go and have a look at these individually and see which one is the right one for you. I've got my little light here now. It's an Andoer rechargeable light. You can see it comes in a little box. Let's have a look at that. Oh, okay. Andoer. So you can see that there. Now if you compare that to my hand, that's the sizing of it. It's got a little mount there. We're going to put it on a camera. Let me show you it in comparison to a mobile phone. That's a mobile phone. There it is. So that is a nice little option there now. Off. Holy moly, mate. I wasn't expecting that. Okay, so 1, 2. There's 2 brightness settings. It comes with a little cable and USB type C with a USB. You can charge it. So I'm going to do some testing with this. I am going to show it to you right now and take it to a dark environment. I'm going to put it on. So let's have a look at what that looks like. Okay, so what I've done, I've purposely turned off all the lights here just to give you an idea of how powerful this light is. That's setting number 1. That's setting number 2. So if it's right in front of me, that's the power. If I go down a setting, that's half power. And I'm holding it arm distance out. If you're doing vlogging or something, that might be quite helpful. Very bright, I'll be honest with you. It's got a harsh light to it, but we'll have a look at this. I'm going to go back, and for a small light, you saw there. You saw what it was capable of. So if I was to do it here, you can see 1, 2, and if that's over there, that actually technically for a small light it's very powerful. Off. 1, 2. You can see my background. And the light, for the size of light, you know what, I am impressed, I'll be honest. We'll put it on top of the camera and do another test with the camera as well. So just to give you an idea of how it looks on an actual camera. So you could have a number of cameras. Here's a camera I've got. You'll see here. I'll put it on that camera. Let me show you a front view. That is actually a very sweet setup for a small handheld shot. Vlogging. Hello, how are we today? That's bright. That's number 2. You put it on number 1. 1. That's number 1 setting. That would work very well. It's not too intrusive, very lightweight. I'm going to check out how long the battery lasts on it, so we can obviously see battery life. But overall, I am quite impressed with that little light there. These are very interesting. You can actually get little filters on these. You can see the light changes colors by means of little adapters and filters in there, which just look like that. So I'm going to show you close-ups of these. So these are the interesting bits here. When you're doing lighting, you want RGB colors. So look at that. You get a nice selection there. And then we've got a little mounting shoe, hot shoe, to attach it to whatever you need to attach it to. There's the actual light itself. Now, this is charge. Just figuring it out right about now. Okay, unless the battery is totally dead. Oh, here we go. So see, that's why you need videos like this. So you actually have to. There's no physical button there. It's a bit of a dip. There's no actual button, but you have to actually just hold it down, and then it'll come on all of a sudden. And then, okay, here we go. You can just tap the setting. Okay, so let me show you this from the front view. So there's the light, quite powerful actually, but it is blinding. Okay, so then there, low, high setting, and then low again, and then high, and then off. So it's very basic. It's got a battery in there, color temperature 6500K, and how would that look on a camera? Let me put it on a camera and show you. So you basically attach this little bit on the bottom, screw it into the light. We've got cameras. So now we're going to put that light onto the camera just like that and screw it down. Okay, yeah. So now how does that look? I'm quite happy with that. It's a small light. It depends what your purpose is for your lights, remember. So ideally they would have been good to have 2 locking nuts, because right now we want to lock the top and the bottom. I wonder how would that. Okay, so let's put it on again there, and then that's full power. It's not too bad. It'd be interesting to see how long it lasts, and also you can plug it wire and plug it in and actually have it on, so that's not too shabby there. Let's try some of the gels. So with these gels, what tends to happen is you get a gel. Oh, I accidentally pushed the button on there. There's no actual physical button, and then you can just put the gel in like that. Let's see how. Oh wow. Okay, now we're talking. Now we're talking, people. Look at that. That is quite. I like that. I didn't think it'll have such a big impact. See, look at that. So if that is in a background, like, you know, just to give you a bit of atmosphere, like an atmosphere light. Okay, so let's see. It makes my face a bit red, but that looks very nice. Okay, let me change the color. Right, let's have a look at another color. So let's go pull that out. Let's put a blue in there. Okay, we just push it in. That does look quite funky. It's like a retro lighting. I should have had 4 of them in different colors and have like a bit of a display in the background. I quite like that. See, it gives you a bit of a retro pop feel. But yeah, that is how it looks there, and this is how it look on camera. If you're going for that type of look, let me put it on camera. So it gives you an idea. I haven't tightened it down there, but ideally you should have had 2 of those clips to tighten it fully. But I am quite impressed here. A little light, powerful. Obviously you've got the gels there. You've got a cable to charge it with. What else would you want? If you've got a small rig and a small setup, let's see how long the cable is. Okay, it's quite a long cable as well. I can plug this on charge. I'll leave it on charge. I've got a couple charging right now. If you're doing some intricate work, I've got a mobile phone holder here as well, so you can actually put your mobile phone and adjust that at the same time. I'm going to show you that in detail. This one is quite an interesting option because what it allows you to do, it comes with a nice little remote control. We have a mobile phone holder. So this, okay, it's got a bit of stretch in there. That's probably about 7.5 centimeters. Let me see if it holds my phone. Yeah, I've got on a phone, Huawei. It holds that perfectly. It's a bit of a, okay, that probably goes onto the, oh, it comes in the box. It's just a random bag there. That was interesting. Empty random bag. Thank you very much. Okay. So now here, oh, here we go. That's the flexible arm. Okay, now that actually, you know what? I do like that. So you'll see there. Okay, how do I get this bag off without ruining? Okay, we'll leave the bag on there for now. So the first thing, I might have to go to my standing desk for this one to show you it. Let's go to my standing desk, because this would probably be nicer to see over there. So I've got everything I need here. You'll notice that is the light there. Okay, look at that clamp. So now hopefully you can just, oh wow, you see that? Hopefully you can see that. Let me get this. Okay, the bags come off. So number 1 there is the phone, and that basically, okay, so first you have to take this off, and then you put that like that, and then you put your phone on top of the bowl. There we go, we got it. Okay, so say for example my mobile phone's there, just like that, and then the light is like that. Let's see how powerful the light is. Let me plug the light in when you set it up. So I'm just going to turn that on. Okay, there we go. So that's the light there. Let's go power setting. Okay, the light. Okay, that's light off, that's light on. Orange, blue, full power, off, on. So you can see roughly how that looks there. I do like the option of being able to do that though. See how that, if you're doing some crafting or something, that would be quite nice, and then the camera can just be adjusted. So for an overall performance thing, you know, that's not too bad for a little top down shot as well. And this here is a 6-inch ring light with a clamp, a small 6-inch size. So we're going to get a few accessories in here, which I'm going to show you as part of this kit. So it comes nicely bubble wrapped. It comes in a cardboard box. We can remove that out the way for the meanwhile and drop it everywhere. Okay, so first things first, we've got a clamp. Now this clamp is very interesting because we've got that, and there is where the light most likely will get attached to. We're going to work it out. So let's have a look here. You know, I use quite big lights, but these smaller lights, oh wow, look, that is not too shabby. It's USB powered. Okay, it's got a little hanging bit there, so if you wanted to screw it onto the wall. So I am going to put this on. You will see the light and the power output from this. So these smaller lights are quite interesting. The reason being, they take up quite a small footprint. Firstly, I'll show you it on this desk. Build quality wise, what am I saying? Okay, seems sturdy. Okay, I'm just doing the standard inspection. Smells like plastic. And then we've got a clamp there. So that clamp, would that fit on a desk? Possibly, but it might fit on a tripod even better. Okay, let's try that. So the first thing we want to do is screw it here. Okay, you have to physically spin it. So spin it on. Hopefully you can see this. Okay, so we can position it, and we can use that wheel there to tighten it down, lock it in position. And it looks like a action camera mount type thing here. You can screw that. So there's the light. So now I'm going to power this light on just to show you what it looks like. So the next image you'll see will be the powered light. Okay, so right now I've turned the light on. You'll see my camera will auto adjust for the light. So we've got on, we've got a mode. So it's a blue light, different colors, the Kelvin scale, and then we've got darker blue, lighter blue, daylight, and obviously warm color. So you would probably see it more like this. So now we can do on, off, on, up, down. So that's lower power. So you can see that going between the power settings there, down, and then when I go up, it'll go brighter. The buttons feel very firm on the remote control. It's on the USB cable. And now the main thing here is, let me show you a front view. Look at that halo in my, let me take my glasses off. So now if you were paying attention and looking at my eyes, you'd actually see in my eyes, there'll be like a halo. Technically, this should be further back on the camera lens. The camera lens comes through here. Let me show you what I mean. Position, so your camera lens is basically there. So when it's wide, wow, these lights have come a long way for considering how much you're paying for them. I'm actually quite intrigued now. I'm going to be testing out a number of these lights, and I think that is a very decent option. Also, what you can do is you can clamp it, so you're probably not getting the best effect of this right here. What I will do is I'll take it to a darker environment and show you in a darker environment. So again, here I have got my light here and the USB. This is a darker environment. Off, on. Let's go mode. That's daylight. That's midpoint. That's more warm color. Kelvins, obviously. Off, on. Power, full power, on. There. Let's go to the mid option. Let's go really high. Now for a location as such, if I was to put it down here, how does that look? It's probably too shady, but remember, all this does depend on your location and where you're using it. I'm trying to light a big area here, but this light isn't designed to light a big area. It's designed to light smaller areas. So if you're doing a small shot, a desk shot, this would be actually very handy. I've got a big ring light, 10-inch, which is adjustable, and your mobile phone can go in the middle. That is a light. It comes with a nice little leaflet, product manual. I like that. A color, full on explanation of everything step by step. If you're totally new, this is going to be handy, but you're lucky because I'm going to show you how to do that today. So that's where we can find that. Okay, so looking up here, we see we have a remote control on the USB. Okay, please do not use 5-watt adapter. Please choose 10-watt or more power adapter. Okay, that makes me think it's going to need more power to get to its full potential. We've got on-off switch here. We've got the ring light nicely positioned in the middle. There looks like a little selfie remote in there as well. Very nice. And we're going to get that out. Ooh, okay. The reason I like this one is it comes with, you remember I spoke about these before. These are a little ball head. You basically loosen and tighten it from the side, and you can adjust the light in many ways to get the perfect balance. So there's a couple of those. We've got a few extra things here. Looks like a mobile phone holder, and we've got a tripod as well. Now have a look at this tripod. Okay, how are we gonna, okay, that is a metal tripod. Seems like very good build quality on that. Is that extend out? No. Okay, so there, I'll show you a front view of this as well. But lighting wise, if you're thinking about doing a small setup and you want like a nice little light, this looks like a good option. We'll see what the output of it is like. So let me check the quality out. Okay, so the plastic diffuser on the front, it looks a little bit, okay, now that's just the case that needs to be pushed in. That's fine. So probably in posting transit is moved. It's saying it's an input of 5 volt. These here are not actually fans, they're just design. There seem to be air vents here to let it cool down when it gets warm. So this is a 10-inch model, and 10-inch, like basically face size, isn't it? So we'll have a look at this. I'm going to turn it on. You're going to see the power output, and we'll see how it performs. Okay, so looking at the light, this is actually powered on. There's a few modes on the light panel itself you can choose between. You can see as they change, my camera's going to stay at the same setting, so it might be overexposed. But I do like that it's got like a nice option, because if you have lighter skin or you want a daylight feel, then you can change it. Then you want a warmer, like relaxed feel, you can go for a different light. Let me show you a top-down view of this so you can see what I'm doing here. It's basically the remote control, and you can click plus to make it brighter or minus to make it less bright. So you've got brightness settings on there, as well as those options there. And then obviously right now I can see that we have a tripod. How do we attach the tripod? Well, you can attach the tripod by screwing it into the bottom, just like so. You can either screw it in directly, but it does come with a few extras, because remember we had this little adapter. Not an adapter, a little ball head. So let's put that ball head onto this light. So now I'm screwing that on, just showing you the process of how it would work for you if you wanted to set this up as a total new person, a new beginner. So that's there. And remember, this is some extra light here, so it may be messing with my exposure right now. But once you set it up, you can put it in a position, loosen it, and re-tighten it. So once it's set up, obviously this wouldn't be the ideal position for it, but once you've set it up, I wanted you to see it exactly as I go through it, like the setting up of it. You could position it off onto the right to act as a bit of a fill light, so you can see that there. So this is a 10-inch one. You'll see I'll turn it off, I'll turn it on. That actually gives a very nice fill light, beautiful, natural, quite what's the word, diffused. So I'm quite pleased with that. It comes with a few extra bits in there. You've got a mobile phone holder which basically screws on here, and you've got that little tripod mount ball head, so it actually fits in here. You can see there's a little section here where you basically slide it into like that, and you can just tighten this screw like that. So now what that allows you to do, I've got a tripod on the bottom, so technically, and the mobile phone fits in there, which I'll show you right now. So I have a mobile phone here. Basically put my mobile phone into there. If I turn that on to do a selfie, that's how it looks. You know what, that isn't too bad. You could even use that with a battery bank. If you had a battery bank, you can plug it in and have it like a portable option for like a nice beauty shots if you're doing studio type recording or video or photos. So that is a nice little setup there, and it feels like a nice setup. Let me see if I can measure this for you and give you a measurement. So if you have a bigger phone, how big can you go? So we're going to test that out right now. So we'll do it in centimeters. My phone is 3 inches wide and it fits into there, but actually this mount does extend out a bit more. You can go up to 3.5 inches, which is about 7 centimeters of a phone. So just check your phone's dimensions, and that's what you can fit in there. So if you were unsure, it actually will perform quite well to give you multiple light options, especially with like a lamp type situation, and especially USB powered, so you don't have to worry about any sockets or anything. And again, we can look at different options on these. So yeah,